Hey YouTube, it's Jasmine here again. Welcome to another video. In this one, me and my friend Magdalena from high school went to Bolivia and Peru. We had both been to Peru when we were about 18 years old in different years because she's 1 year older than me. And we always said that we wanted to go back together. And so we basically had volunteered at the same NGO in a place called Huaycan, Peru. And so we thought, well, hey, if we're going to go to Peru, why not also go to a country we haven't been to before? So we ended up choosing Bolivia. When we went to Bolivia, we hired two tour guides that were family members. They were actually cousins. So with the first tour guide, her name was Bachi. She took us on a personalized tour around La Paz. It was amazing, 10 out of 10. I'll put her information in the chat. They have so many dead alpacas hanging because I believe that it has some religious/cultural meaning behind it. This was a sweet cholita that decided to give us these gifts of good luck after we had bought from her. Also, I didn't expect Bolivian food to be so good, but I was obsessed with salteñas. I honestly think Bolivia is such a beautiful country. I mean, all of the landscapes are so jaw-dropping and their culture is so unique and different from the US. And just from, honestly, from all other places that I've been to, Bolivia is like no other, seriously. Unfortunately, right after this, Magdalena said, uh-oh, I don't feel good, and she ended up throwing up the food that we had previously eaten, and this was because of altitude sickness. We took her to get some medicine, then went back to the hostel, stayed there for a little bit. She wanted some extra rest. She said, I'm gonna stay here and rest while you guys continue the tour. Me and the tour guide continued on seeing different parts of the city. This is the part where we connected two tours and took a bus to another state. The next day, we would be with Bachi's cousin. We ended up getting there in the morning. I didn't record the bus ride because it was so dark, but we arrived super early. We waited at this hostel. Of course, I had my granadillas with me, my favorite fruit ever, besides mangoes. And then the tour guide picked us up and we went to this old railroad cemetery. Estamos encima de un tren. Cementerio de trenes. This bathroom video shows that we're taller than the average Bolivian woman. And this is where they process salt that they get from the Salar de Uyuni. It's common in Bolivia apparently to eat alpaca meat, so Magdalena tasted it. I think she liked it too. This was my favorite part of the entire trip. It was like we were driving through the desert and all of a sudden it turned into salt. 100% white, pure salt, and this is the Salar de Uyuni. I truly believe this is one of the most beautiful places in the world. It was absolutely amazing. I've never seen anything like it. I think that overall Bolivia is such a slept on country for some people. I think that everyone should have that as like a top destination. It's so beautiful, and I mean natural beauty. The attention to details on these tours was amazing. I did not expect for the tour guide to pull out a table and us dine right there in the Salar de Uyuni. It was so cool. Since Magdalena is Mexican and I live in Mexico, we had to show some love for Mexico. This was a little island that had a bunch of cacti. It was really cool, and the table that you had seen was actually made out of salt as well. Then we went to this awesome part where it looked like we were walking on water, but we weren't. It was water on top of the salt. And yeah, we had to wear these tall boots because, you know, obviously our feet would get wet, but it was once again absolutely beautiful, absolutely amazing. And after that, of course, we were on the run, so we took a bus back to La Paz, and then we went on another bus to Peru. Something I saw that was common between Bolivia and Peru is that they consume a lot of coca. And of course, we know like the drug, but this is natural. We consumed it in tea and chewing the leaves for energy, and it's actually fine. It's impossible to go from Bolivia to Peru without crossing this lake, so we took a little ferry. This was included in our bus fare.
Él es Manco Cápac, él es el fundador del imperio inca. Se dice que lanzó su vara hacia ese lado y dijo, donde caiga mi vara, fundaré mi imperio, y su vara cayó en Cusco. Es en Cusco donde se fundó su imperio.
Giving an overall review, I think this bus ride was really affordable and reliable. Peru and Bolivia, and I think also Ecuador, have like this bus system, which is like the country and then Hop. So this was Bolivia Hop. You can also partner the bus ride with tours to the different destinations. Here, we did a tour to La Isla del Sol in Bolivia before crossing the border to Peru. And since we were going to Cusco, they offered us tours to the Montaña de Siete Colores, Machu Picchu, etc. This is the really amazing part where we got to cross the border from Bolivia to Peru by foot. And yes, I felt safe. But of course, I think it's probably only recommended to cross in the daytime. This brick arc is where we officially left Bolivia and walked into Peru. You can see Magdalena doing it right then, and I had just done it. Very cool. So now talking about immigration for Americans. Actually, you need a visa to go into Bolivia. We didn't know that because we didn't really look up the requirements beforehand. But luckily, when I went at least, it wasn't that hard to get. We just had to print out some bank statements proving our economic solvency for the time that we'd be there, and that was it. I got it done in literally an hour. The day of, which isn't recommended, but possible. To go to Peru, you don't need anything besides a passport. I think Peruvian food is some of the best food in the world. I was very satisfied to be welcomed with this. I'm gonna be honest, our time in Cusco definitely wasn't perfect. There was some mix up in our tour company, and they actually didn't let us go to Machu Picchu. Yeah, it really sucked. So in this video, you unfortunately won't see that place. We had bought the tickets in advance, and they said, oh, you won't be able to go. Something happened with the tickets. I don't know. It didn't ruin our entire trip because we got to see other touristy destinations there as well. This tour didn't get canceled with us booking with Peru Hop. Just to clarify, we should have booked with them, but I think that we decided to go with another tour company because it was a little more affordable. But now we know that, of course, choosing to pay less doesn't always mean that it'll be better.
Crazy. Look at me.
With these hiking tours, I don't think me and Magdalena truly knew what we were getting ourselves into. Honestly, with all of our hiking tours, I feel like it was advanced. We chewed these coca leaves and we headed up. There was an option to have a horse help us go up, but we didn't want to spend the extra money.
Pero voy a subir esto caminando. Vamos a ver cuánto tiempo me toma. Ok, aparentemente tienes que subir aún más. Tengo mis doritos. Voy a subir todo eso. Y no sé dónde está Magdalena, pero...
I don't know if you guys could really tell how tired I was, but I was exhausted. I was seeing splotches.
Ahora estoy aquí. Empezamos ahí. subí todo esto. Mira que tan cerca estoy. No sé dónde está Magdalena. Ay, lo veo. Lo veo. Ahí está. No sé dónde está al final. Chicos, no déjalo ahí. Mira.
It took a total of 2 hours to hike everything.
Mira, chicos.
I'm pretty sure we knocked out on the way back. When we got back to Lima, there was this interesting cultural dance going on, and we had to go to sleep early because the next day we did another tour. Don't be fooled by the short amount of clips. This tour was just as hard as the one the previous day. This one impressed me because people were using unique ways to hike up this.
Bueno chicos, ya llegamos. Dicen que es este color por el cambio climático, pues en esta montaña por ahí es como 6.000 metros de altura, es lo más alto en todo de Cusco, aún más alto de Machu Picchu.
After several days in Cusco, of course, we decided to go back to Lima because we wanted to see some special people we really missed. Ahora vamos a Lima. Estamos emocionadas. The first day was chill. We went to this museum which showed the war between Chile and Peru, and then we got some food. Also, upon arriving to Lima, we did have a rough start with our accommodation because I needed Wi-Fi for something with my school, and our Airbnb did not have it. It wasn't working that well, so we had to quickly change. So we didn't really record much for that reason, but it was all resolved and we continued on with enjoying the city. I would say this was quite the fulfilling trip because me and Magda went back to Waikam where we both volunteered in different years, and I got to see my host mom again.
Hola.
Hola, mira dónde estamos, chicos.
Ay, no te caigas. Lucy, liderazgo.
Also in the main part of Lima City, we got to meet up with one of the old coordinators, Emma. I also got to see Fe, who I met the last time I was there, and is the cousin of Lily. And this is Lily. I met Lily when I was 15 in Argentina. Well guys, that's it. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.